Ladies and gentlemen, but mostly gentlemen, in this video I hope to save you significant amounts of cash in marriage counselling fees and flowers as I impart some of my endless wisdom about how to combine the unlimited love of our motorcycles with the unlimited toleration of our spouses. Firstly, I'm mid-40s and I've only had one divorce so far, so it's fair to say I'm an expert at giving relationship advice and absolutely qualified for the job at hand. Second, whilst I absolutely don't condone violence because violence is never the answer, it's surprising just how much conflict can be resolved with a roll of duct tape and a chair in the basement. Before we move on, I need to play you this quick disclaimer.
This video is purely for laughs and you should not listen to anything I say about relationships. If you can't grow up here and do what you want without permission from the missus, then I take no responsibility for a piece of furniture becoming permanently lodged where the sun don't shine. There's nothing worse than a woman scorned. Performing any of these suggestions is likely to result in an unscheduled emptying of your bank account. Sleeping on the sofa is uncomfortable. Motorcycles are a terrible form of shelter and not very good at washing your clothes.
And a quick word from our sponsor.
Are you in hot water with your wife? Has motorcycling destroyed your marriage? Then you need a lawyer. Call Andy Rides Law today for help on getting you out of your sacred marriage vows. Our expert legal team will hold your hand through the whole process while we drain your bank account quicker than Marc Marquez on the finishing straight. We guarantee to leave you high and dry as we feast on champagne and caviar on your hard-earned money and assets. Call 0800 No Call Me today so our expert team can begin decimating your bank account. What are you waiting for? Call 0800 No Call Me now.
Okay then, with the boring bits out of the way, let's get the wheels rolling with a few tips that you can have for free before I move on to some more detailed examples of conflict resolution and how to get your own way. Tip number 1. It's better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. Tip number 2. Accept that you're always going to be wrong no matter what decision you make, so you might as well make the one that involves buying the new bike. Tip number 3. Divorce is definitely more expensive than motorcycles. Tip number 4. Joint bank accounts are deadly. Tip number 5. If you're enjoying this video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I can't promise it will help with your relationship, but it will help with mine. Okay, so if you can't solve your riding conundrum with these basic tips or a roll of duct tape, let's move on to some practical examples and how to handle them with the finesse of Valentino Rossi on a GP circuit. Scenario number 1. This is going to be quite a common relationship issue if motorcycles are your first love. To set the scene, imagine yourself wanting to go out for a ride, which should be quite easy really. You've been out for the last 3 days straight and you know you're pushing your luck going out again. To solve this particular issue, be very discreet, but work your way around the kitchen looking for something that's run out or nearly run out. Dishwasher tablets or cooking oil are a good example. If there's only a few dishwasher tablets left, then you've got yourself a result. Load up the dishwasher and turn it on. Throw out the remaining tablets, and as you scarper out the door with your helmet and keys in hand, shout out, "We've run out of dishwasher tablets. I'm popping to the shop to get some." It's important to do this quickly without allowing any time for a response, and probably best if you forget to take your phone with you. Now enjoy your 30-mile jolly around the countryside, and remember that it's quite important that you do actually get some dishwasher tablets, so don't forget or you'll be in serious bother. If the local shop is only 5 minutes away, then buy them from a shop 15 miles away and make sure you keep the receipt to show proof of destination. Then, when you return, act all annoyed that you had to try 3 different stores before you found one with any stock. Now, if you manage to pull this off like that perfect throttle blip when doing a downshift, not only have you managed to get in a ride, but you've also earned some brownie points for putting on the dishwasher and getting some more tablets. Scenario number 2. Now, imagine yourself wanting to buy a new bike. Again, this should be quite easy. You know the missus is absolutely going to lose it and shut you down if you ask for permission. If you're brave or stupid, then you could use tip number number one and beg for forgiveness when the brown stuff hits the proverbial fan. But for those of us that are neither brave nor stupid and are intending to trade bikes rather than add one to the collection, the easiest solution is to go and buy a bike that's the same colour as the one you already have and hope she'll never notice. There's a good chance the missus will notice something a little off, so I suggest buying some stickers at the same time and keeping the receipt. That way, if any questions do get asked, you can answer confidently with, "No love, I just updated the library with some new decals," and show her the receipt for the stickers. You can also try, "I traded bikes with my mate because we both fancied something different and didn't want to spend any money, so we did a straight swap." If you can pull this one off, you're going to get brownie points for being financially responsible. If you're planning to add a new bike to the collection and your missus is able to count more than your current level of bikes plus one, then you're a bit screwed, and I will have to refer you back to tip number one. Either that or rent a garage or ask a friend to use theirs so you can keep it out of sight. If your missus can't count past that number, then you need to be having a serious word with yourself. Lastly, this one's a bit of a long shot, but try and find a novelty model of a bike that's the same as the one you intend to buy and purchase it. When it all goes south, which I'm pretty sure it will, show her the receipt for the model bike and tell her it was the opportunity of a lifetime for only $49.95 and you'd have been an idiot for not buying it. Scenario number 3. Now this one's for the middle-aged men among us. You wake up one day in your mid-40s, your morning wood is a little limp compared with your younger days, and you have a mild panic attack as it dawns on you your life is nearly over. You think to yourself as you look down at your dad bod that you must start taking care of yourself and doing a little exercise, and then those thoughts are suddenly replaced with, "I'm going to get a motorcycle." Now this can be quite a tough sell. You need to prepare for the conversation you have with your love of your life as you let her in on your mind-blowingly good idea of getting a motorcycle. You need to talk up about how you have no interest in going fast, you just want to feel the wind in your hair. You need to explain that motorcycles are significantly cheaper than cars, which they are, but at this stage you've totally underestimated how much all the extras cost. And finally, you need to explain that you understand the risks, and to mitigate this you have taken out a life insurance policy to make sure she is well cared for in the event of your untimely death. Whether you actually take out the policy is down to you, but the thought of your death resulting in a decent payout is likely to be seen as a double win in the eyes of your spouse if you've been together for a significant amount of time. Scenario number 4. You're a young lad in a relationship and you want to get a bike, but the girlfriend is giving you a hard time over it. This, my friends, is quite a simple one. Ditch the girlfriend and go get the bike. There's plenty of time left for women to make you miserable. You'll soon find another one that will have to accept that motorcycles are a huge part of your life and they always have been. Scenario number 5. You want to buy more riding gear, but the old dear, bless her cotton socks, says you have enough already. Well, my friends, use innovation and advancements in safety technology to your advantage. That ECE 2205 helmet is now an absolute death trap, so you need an ECE 2206. At the end of the day, safety is paramount and you take it very seriously. Scenario number 6. You told the missus you were only going out for an hour. You knew you were going to be longer than that, and she damn well knew you were going to be longer than that, but she gave you just enough rope to hang yourself with. Unfortunately, in these circumstances, you're really only left with tip number 1 and begging for forgiveness. Either that or coming up with some long-winded excuse about getting abducted by aliens and waking up 100 miles away with nothing but your clothes, your boots and your motorcycle. If you're feeling particularly brave, you could try this amazing technique to lighten the mood. Whilst your missus is angrily shouting at you for having been gone 6 hours, you drape a towel round her neck like a cape and then say, "Aha, that's better, now you're super angry." This will either result in your missus laughing and all being forgiven, or receiving a swift knee to your manhood. And finally, before we end this video, here's some final words of wisdom. It takes courage for a man to admit his wife is wrong. If she starts to growl, retreat to a safe distance and throw chocolate at her. If she isn't calming down about the new bike, tell her her bum looks big and ask if she's gained weight. She'll soon forget about the bike. Don't buy flowers when you're in trouble. Buy them when you're not in trouble. And now, my friends, I have parted with all I have to offer on the complex subject of relationship advice. If you've got some great tips, then please leave a comment below. If you've followed all of my wisdom and none of it has worked, at least you'll enjoy some peace and quiet because she isn't speaking to you. And with that, I will say farewell and I will catch you in the next one.